Coach, can you talk to me about how the returns of Alyssa Thomas and Natasha Mack has made a difference for the team tonight?
Yeah, I thought they were very productive in their in their minutes. I thought AT the first 6 minutes, just kind of got going, and then after that she was back to herself. She does such a good job of getting to the paint and finding our shooters. If you were a shooter in this league, that's a player that you'd want to play with because she does such a good job of finding people. I thought Mac did a really good job. Some possessions didn't go her way, but you felt her energy, and she's going to continue to just get more and more comfortable.
And another question about Murjanatu. When she continues to get comfortable, are you impressed with her game by game?
Musa just flies around and makes stuff happen. That's why we're intrigued by her, is just her energy and effort, and she can just make some plays that others can't. And she's one of the first ones in our gym. She stays after. She does a lot of the stuff that people don't see, and that's why she's going to keep getting better. Even her stepping out and shooting that three, that's awesome.
Coach, I wanted to ask you a little bit about AT. It looked like in the half court, just with her being there, it just looked like there were more designed plays. Just curious for you, when she is out on the floor, how do you see the half court offense improve?
Yeah, I think just adding veteran players. We've kind of talked about it with all the injuries, that it's putting people in positions that maybe they're not as comfortable. Sa has had a great run, but like when AT was out, she was the 4, and now that AT's back, she's more of the 3, and then Kat knows that she's the 5, and so yeah, and I do think we've actually we got to practice yesterday, and those practices help. They're going to help the next couple days as we get ready to head to Vegas.
Coach, how do Satu's and AT's skill set complement each other, and also how do you evaluate your season so far in consideration that you haven't had your full team yet?
Yeah, really good question. I said this earlier, like we're not into like moral victories and stuff like that, but if you were to tell us to start the year that Ka, Mac, and AT were going to miss this many games, and for us to be 7-4, I would have taken it. I think a lot of people, on our staff and team would have taken it. Now the schedule has helped, right? We've played at home a bunch, and this is a great home court advantage. It was the difference again here tonight. It's going to get tougher, right? The next 4 games, we're headed on the road playing good teams, but I think we're getting healthier, which is extremely important to be a good team in this league.
Healthier with the bout scoring tonight. Is that kind of what you had in mind when you and Nick were building this roster?
Yeah, I think we were hoping to put shooters around AT, Satu, and Ka. I thought tonight our energy was better defensively because people were playing less minutes. That's what we're going to need as we continue to add Kalia. We've got a deep team, and we play hard, and I think we can play harder when the minutes go down.
Alyssa has 18 assists for threes in her last 2 games played.
Yep.
It feels like the spacing when she has it in her spots is a little different. Can you just kind of talk about how you kind of tweak things to make it complement her specific style of play?
Well, I would love to take credit for that, but I think it's her, right? She creates the advantage, and we chart a lot of different stuff. You look at a lot of numbers. We talk about paint to grade threes, and through our first 10 games, I don't know, I think she missed 4 or 5. She was our team leader with 21. That wasn't even counting tonight. The next closest was 7. And so it just kind of tells you who she is and how she wants to play. I think because, teams have to make a decision with the shooting that we have around her. But yeah, you know, there were plays tonight that we ran that we haven't been able to run with her out. And so, yeah, I think we're still figuring it out as a team, but we want to get her downhill attacking the rim, and if she doesn't like it, hopefully she's got space around her.
Coach, also curious about Kat. I mean, she was a plus 23 in the box score, and she makes a huge impact just in terms of attracting the big and just sort of playing that 5-out style. With Mac set to come back, do you see a little bit of that inside-out game with Kat and Mac on the floor, similar to what Kat and Kalani had?
Yeah, I mean, as we get healthy, I'm going to have to make some decisions on the rotations and stuff like that. But, yeah, Kat has done a very good job of complementing Alyssa. And, you know, I think Mac is going to, you know, Mac and AT had a really good camp together. But Mac is a different player than Kat, so it's going to take a little bit of time. I tried to put a lot of Kat's minutes with AT tonight, and more of Mac's minutes with Sa as the 4. And so just looking at roster lineups and who plays well with who is going to be important moving forward.
Sorry, you got a little bit of control on Deckers in the second half.
Yeah.
But you pretty much had good defense on Enrique all night. So did that kind of balance out with Deckers having a big scoring night, but you managed to keep Enrique, you know, down a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, those are two really good guards in our league. You know, it's tough for these rookies to come into this league after, you know, the college season. They get 3 weeks off and they're thrown into the fire. You know, I know Paige has been out with concussion and then the sickness, but it's probably the best her body has felt in months. So she looked refreshed. I thought we did a good job on Enrique. Those are the two that are going to look to score, and you know, they're the ones that make that team go. I thought Paige had a really good night. I thought we competed on her. You know, we competed all night against her, and you know, she's going to be a really good player in our league.
Coach, you mentioned the 4-game road trip coming up. You guys are going to get your first look at the defending champions on this road trip as well. How do you mentally and physically prepare your team for this road trip?
Yeah, I think it's a business trip, right? We're gonna be in maybe a little bit more uncomfortable situation because we've been at home a lot. Personally, I'm kind of excited to get on the road and see how we do. We've got New York on a back-to-back, which is not easy, coming from Connecticut. And so, yeah, every game in this league is competitive. That's why I like this league so much, is every night the teams compete. And, you know, of those 4 games, they're going to present different challenges. Obviously, New York is rolling, and we'll be ready to compete against them.
We'll do one more.
How have you felt about Kit's movement and the kind of layer of her movement, shooting, adding dynamics to the half court?
Yeah, I mean, Kit is an elite shooter. I was talking to her 4 or 5 days ago just how the difference is between European basketball and this, and just she was talking about the difference and, you know, how fast it is and how the games keep coming, where Europe is a little bit slower and it's more methodical and execution, a lot more plays. And then at the end she said, I really miss AT. And I said, so do I. So she's smart enough to know to got to get AT out there and can find her for some shots. And, you know, AT's smart. She knows that Kit can shoot it. But, yeah, I think you're going to see me evolve and run ATOs for her, you know, getting her off doubles and curls and single pin downs. She just creates a problem, and people know where she's at.
Thanks, Nate.
All right, thank you.